Hello again from Metro Manila, the Philippines, Southeastern Asia. Here's my selective summary of the latest news headlines on World News Headlines found on the Reuters News Agency's website for November the 23rd, 2018, or today. As always, I declare at the outset of this news video that I do not intend to infringe on any copyrights with it. Rebels attacked Chinese consulate in Pakistan's Karachi. 2 police officers killed. Tensions rise at the US-Mexican border as migrants and holiday travelers wait to cross. US President Donald Trump hints that he could make the first visit to Afghanistan. This item already occurred. News headline was posted on November the 22nd US time. Turkish paper CIA had recording of Saudi prince demanding that the dissident journalist Jamal Khashoggi be silenced. The European Union and Britain agree on a draft deal on future relations after Britain is expected to leave the European Union by the end of 2020. American tourist rescued in Australia after spending a long night at sea. His boat had capsized or tipped over. Taiwan's pro-independence party faces key elections amid Chinese pressure. South Korea's surviving comfort women who were sexually abused during the Second World War by Japanese soldiers spent final years seeking atonement from Japan. Islamic State says attacks in West Africa killed 118. Wild winds cause air travel chaos in Australia and fan major bushfires. Pakistan Prime Minister Imran Khan orders inquiry into attack on Chinese consulate. Trump and land fears boost South Africa's white right state. There's a disagreement over exactly how many people have been killed and especially how many more are at risk of being killed. While it is certainly true that thousands of white farmers have been killed in these attacks on the farms after the apartheid rule of the country's white minority ended, officially in 1994, we have to put these killings into a perspective. The Boers or Afrikaners, that is the originally Dutch white inhabitants of South Africa, are not facing even nearly as deadly genocide as, for example, many Christians in those states of Nigeria that have Muslim majorities. Many Christians in Sudan and probably even in South Sudan, despite the country's division in 2011. Many Christians in, for example, Eritrea. How about the many persecuted Christians in Asia, even parts of Latin America, or then the Rohingya people in Myanmar or Burma. Pakistan minister says Chinese staff are all safe in attacked consulate. Bombers killed in Pakistan before they entered the Chinese consulate, according to police. 3 suicide attackers stormed the Chinese consulate in Pakistan, insurgent group says. 2 Pakistani policemen killed, guard wounded in attack on China consulate in Karachi, according to doctor. The Saudi crown prince goes on tour of Arab states amid the Khashoggi storm. In Tanzania, a bulldozer president tests donors. The European Union struggles to agree on Gibraltar before Brexit summit. The Spanish Prime Minister agrees on closer ties with Cuba during a historic visit. Pedro Sanchez agreed with the Cuban President Miguel Diaz-Canel to deepen bilateral political ties on Thursday, November the 22nd. Cuban doctors head home, leaving Brazilian towns with no care. China's president is to make his first visit to Panama in December. China steps up prosecutions for pollution offenses, according to authority. Germany is prepared for all Brexit scenarios, according to its finance minister, Mr. Olaf Scholz. Beijing sees population fall for the first time in 20 years, according to the Xinhua news agency. That population decline happened in 2017. However, China's overall population, which is estimated at nearly 1.4 billion people, is still growing, although its growth rate is clearly slowing down, which means that sometime later this century, India should overtake China and become demographically the world's largest country. Taiwan's same-sex marriage vote divides families. British police release video of the Skripal poisoning subjects, who earlier, in March 2018, tried to kill by poisoning former Russian spy Mr. Sergei Skripal and his daughter. They were in a critical condition for weeks at least, if not months, but they did survive. No more camps. Colombia tells Venezuelans not to settle in Tent City. Qatar asks for accountability in the Khashoggi murder, sees no end to the Persian Gulf row. Militants kill around 100 Nigerian soldiers in an attack on an army base, according to sources. Free My Husband pleads the wife of a British academic, actually PhD student, jailed in the United Arab Emirates, allegedly for spying. US President Donald Trump says that the country is in very strong negotiations in Afghanistan at the Boca River Superclásico fan stake center stage.